and it's that time of year again. So Christmas, where it is hard to stay on the maintenance of not putting on too much weight. So what we're going to do with this, so we're going to go through, this webinar is going to go just through how to manage Christmas, a few tips and tricks and things on how I found over the years it helps me to stay on track, but also so we're still enjoying Christmas, because the last thing we want to do is be dieting right up till Christmas, not actually enjoy anything or enjoy the bits and family time, and then just think, oh, this is not worth it, and come January think bollocks to it, I'm not doing this anymore. So right, so let's get into the first one. So managing expectations at this time of year. So this time of year is, forget about dieting during the festive season. It's just not going, it's not on the cards, it's not going to work, because coming up to Christmas we've got parties, staff parties, nights out, family dinners, all this sort of things going on. Like if you've got, you and your partner have both got a Christmas dinner, 9 times out of 10 that's 2 Christmas parties you're going to, lots of food, lots of drink, lots of partying. Then you might have one side of the family is invited you out for dinner, and then the other side as well. It's just not congruent with staying on track for nutrition. So at this time of year, it's always best to, or going into December, is look at starting to slowly put these calories up into towards the maintenance. If you want to try and carry on with keeping your diet going, is just managing through the this time of year. If you know you've got a party coming up, cut your calories back a little bit in the latter part of the week, then obviously you're using the calories in the right place at the right times. Buckle up, because there's going to be some extra pounds just sneaking on into the parties. So there be expectations. It's 2,500 calories on top of your daily intake to put on a pound of fat. So are you going to put on 5 pounds in one night? No, you're going to put on a lot of water weight, inflammation. You're going to be drinking alcohol. It's going to be foods around that you probably haven't been eating for the rest of the year. A lot richer foods, you know. So yes, the inflammation through the gut's going to be there. We're going to have some extra bits of food in the system. So yes, potentially a little bit of weight from food, but a lot of inflammation is going to come from just the types of foods and drink we'll be having. Don't let don't hit the snooze button when you're training. Make sure we're still trying to get them sessions done. It's going to be a whirlwind of things going on, and we need to keep our activities soaring high. We need to make sure we're still ticking them boxes. Okay, we're getting in and doing our training sessions, we're getting in and doing our cardio sessions, we're getting them steps done, because we don't want to just neglect everything. We know nutrition is going to be affected. Nutrition at this time of year is the biggest one that gets affected. So if we can still try to mitigate some of the damage, you're not going to be able to out train a bad diet. That's never going to happen. But we can mitigate some of the effects by making sure we're training right, we're getting the cardio, we're getting them steps in. And then the next point is your sleep and digestion's going to be affected. Sorry, my bad on that one. Sleep and digestion is going to be affected. So at this point, you're going to have to then think, okay, how can I improve my sleep? When we drink alcohol, sleep, as much as we don't want to admit it, sleep gets affected. The quality of the sleep, you might sleep for longer because your body's trying to catch up, but the quality of the sleep is going to be affected. Your digestion is going to be affected from richer foods. You could potentially experience heartburn. You might experience bloatedness. You might just experience the diarrhea. If you drank too much, you're definitely going to experience sickness. You know, so it all depends on how your day's going, on how you've navigated your festive season. So that's managing expectations. Be aware of the results and things that are going to go on. Potential pitfalls you may incur: high sugar rich foods that taste great. So they're all going to be around. We're going to have the sweets, the biscuits, the chocolates that are around this time of year. These are high sugar, high rich foods. High calorie drinks. You got the festive drinks out at Starbucks, Costa, all that are nut lattes and hot chocolates and stuff like that. Then we look at the alcohol drinks, your cocktails and things like that are now about a lot more. So we've got some high calorie foods, high calorie drinks. Friends and family are going to put a bit of a guilt on you if you're still trying to keep a bit of a diet going, or you're still trying to train. Friends and family can be the biggest nightmares in the world. They can be the ones that are putting the most pressure on you. So, oh, it's fine this time of year. Don't worry about it this time of year. We all put weight on this time of year. You probably all heard it. You might even be one of the people that say this to friends and family. Think about it. If your friends and family or you yourself are trying to still keep some relatively healthy habits going, but still enjoy, then that's the time you can just say, oi, fuck off, leave me alone. I'm going to do this. We'll do it in my own time. Cold, shitty weather. How many times have we woke up in the morning going, I can't be arsed with this today. It's cold. I don't want to do it. They're the times we need to be getting into the gym. We need to be waking up and going, I'm going to do this today. I need to do this. Or just thinking, it's cold today. I'll have some extra food, or I'll have this hot chocolate, or I'll have these are some of the times we have to just be a little bit more aware of our surroundings. Stress around this time of year. It's a stressful time of year. We have a lot going on with paying out for Christmas presents. We're paying out for Christmas food. We work. If you're a self-employed person, it might be your time of year where your revenue drops down. You may be the opposite end of that scale. You might be your time of year where you're absolutely rushed off your feet and you're busy as anything. So it's managing stress around this time of year. So being in a severe diet, is that going to be congruent with managing stress? No, it isn't. It's going to add more stress to it. So stress management tactics, thinking of trying to get some breathing exercises, getting out and listening to a ebook and walking, things that are going to bring your heart rate down and give you that opportunity to just switch off for 10-15 minutes. And then we've obviously covered this one, Christmas parties. Christmas parties is this time of year where the drinks are flowing, the dancing's going, and you're getting your jig on and everything like that. So Christmas party is definitely a one that can be a bit of a pitfall. We're going to encounter, like, there's going to be drinks around, there's going to be food around, things like that. And I'm not telling you by any stretch of the imagination, don't do it, don't go, don't enjoy yourself. All I'm saying is these are pitfalls you need to be aware of, and things that you can do to manage your running up to. If you've got a Christmas party coming up on Saturday, Sunday, even Friday, we can cut some calories back through the week if you wanted to try and limit the amount of weight you put on, and then enjoy it. Potentially look at the menu of what you're having and pick wiser choices in the menu. There's always things we can do, and there's things around how we work. Strategies for managing Christmas. Effective of December the 17th, all individuals will transition to their maintenance calories. From the 17th, there is no point trying to diet, because that's when we're getting into full flow. So at that point, I want everyone to be back into maintenance calories. So the body's, by the time we get around to Christmas, the body has then adjusted to the higher food that we're going to put you on, because if you've been in a deficit, we're going to bring that food up to your maintenance calories. And then from there, your body's going to have baselined out and got used to where it's meant to be in going forward. So from that point there, we can now start to get the body to, okay, we're at this level, we're fine. This is also going to reduce some of the stress, because again, stress is going to start to build at that time of year. as we're trying to wrap presents, we're trying to get the families coming. Some of you might even have your parents come over, or you've got to go to theirs at this point. So that's extra stress having the in-laws around. So 2 considerations: the Christmas parties and dieting preparation leading up to it. We've just said, so leading up to it, you can, if you wanted to, you've got, it's always the same strategies I put in, whether you're going on holiday or not. Choices are, you go with fuck it and you just manage it as best you can, and you deal with the weight gain. That strategy is fine. Strategy number 2 is you just all out go diet mode and go, no, I'm not going to do it, I'll have the food, that's it. That's entirely up to you. Strategy 3 is cut back your calories a little bit through the week, so maybe 250 calories a day. Come to the weekend, roughly about you're looking at about 1,000 calories to 2,500 calories saved, plus your daily calorie allowance for that day. You've got enough then to manage through. It all depends on how you want to manage that. As I said, friends and family, you can use the fuck off or no. You don't have to bow down to peer pressure. If someone says, oh, come on, let's go out for a drink, and you don't want to do it, then don't go. Likewise, if you want to go out for a drink, then go out for a drink. It's all about your choices, and that is the biggest thing with this. It's choices. If you can make choices that you're happy with, and you understand the consequences of your choices, and when I say you understand the consequences, you tell your family to fuck off, or no, I'm not going out, they're potentially going to get the arse with me and think, oh, he's a bodycon. Likewise, if you go out with them and you get pissed up, there's a consequence to that. You're going to put on weight because you're going to cause inflammation of the gut, lower testosterone, that's in both men and women. So feel shitty for a day or so, potentially eat shit. That's the consequence of it. But it's also part and parcel of it. If that's what you want to do, that's absolutely fine. I'm not telling you not to do this. I'm just telling you things that you can potentially do around these. Also, limiting the consumption of high calorie foods and beverages. So it's not a bad thing to want to have a couple of chocolates. It's not a bad thing to want to have a couple of the Starbucks coffees or stuff like that. It's being mindful about them and limiting them. If you're going into Starbucks every day and having 2 of the high calorie Christmas drinks and then one of the Christmas cakes or mince pie every day, you've just doubled your consumption of high calorie foods. So you're going to be consuming each of the drinks are roughly about 250 calories. Your mince pie is about 250 calories as well. So you're looking at about 600-700 calories just in them. You're doing that every day. Especially if you're a small woman and you're only on about 1,500 calories, you just used half your calories. So, and then if you're still using your same calories to eat, you've just added another half of your calories a day. So it's just being a little bit mindful of the things. Again, I'm not telling you don't do it. I'm telling you be mindful of what you're doing so you understand and know where to do and what not to do. Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Christmas Day, kick back and indulge without a care in the world. No guilt over food, drinks, just pure festive joy. I don't want you to be going into Christmas Day going, oh, I can't eat this, I can't do that. No, bollocks to that. I want you to enjoy yourself. Family time. It's time to kick back, enjoy, do what you want. If you've dieted and trained and worked hard throughout this year, then why not enjoy it? It's one day. It's important to note the average calories intake on Christmas Day is approximately 5,373 calories, approximately. So I pretty much say between 5,000 and 7,000 calories are done Christmas Day. This could potentially result in an increase of about 1 pound, 1.5 pound of body fat, with an additional estimate of weight of gain of about 4 pounds due to inflation. So when we eat there's a potential of 1.5 pounds of body fat, depending on how many calories you consume. As I say, on average, it's a 5,373. In reality, it's between 5,000 and 7,000 calories, depending on the person, depending on what you're drinking, depending on what food. So that is, yes, going to be a gain of weight. Is it a bad thing? No, fuck it. It is what it is. Boxing Day, the plans to start the day with a 20 to 30 minute walk. This is just going to help your digestion system from the day before. Get your digestive system moving and going. Drink a 500 mils of water, get that digestive part going as well. Then followed by indulge and some delicious foods and drinks available. So again, you're gonna, Boxing Day for a lot of people is a big family day where they get together with parts of the family they haven't seen. So there's more drinking and more food. Why not? Why the hell not? Again, 2 days of enjoying yourself isn't going to make, it's not going to undo every little bit you've done, providing these are on 2 days. Okay. The aftermath of Christmas. Time to hustle, hit the gym, crank the training up, and dive back into the calorie deficit game. Let's go. So a little strategy I like to do after Christmas is, so the day after Boxing Day, I'll eat up to about 7 o'clock that night. From 7 o'clock that night, I will start to fast till the next day. I will drink electrolytes, just to make sure that I've got some sort of electrolytes and salt going into my body, so I've got some sort of minerals in my body. What this is going to do, it is now going to give your body the ability to just digest what's gone on, have a little bit of relaxing, because it's not working. All it's doing is processing water, and that's going through. So it's having a little bit of off, like, shall we say, time off. I get to 7 o'clock the next night, so that's my 24 hours done. Providing I feel okay and I don't feel like I'm going to rip the arm off someone and eat it, I will try to carry on that fast till the next morning. And then the next morning, I'll pick up the calorie deficit. I'll pick up where I was on my nutrition plan, and we'll crack on with getting onto the gym. The longer you postpone taking action, the longer you will take to achieve results, and the more weight you will ultimately gain. So ultimately, after you finish the Boxing Day and the day after, yes, there's normally foods around, and I don't know about you, but in my house we end up with far too much food, and it's a discussion we have every year about how we need to cut back on this. We don't need this much fucking food. And it always tends to get out of hand, and we overindulge and we overbuy, and that shit hangs around for weeks after. And for me, it's the worst, because I hate wasting food. So I will eat it, and I will make sure it's getting used. So that can make you getting back into that routine a lot longer if that's you. And I don't know about you, but it makes me then feel shittier because I'm not getting back to what I need to, and I know I should be doing. So once you get that Christmas out of the way, try and, if you've got things that are hanging around and you don't need, donate it to someone, give it away, you know, get rid of it out of the house. If you want to crack on and you don't want that food, that temptation, then that's the best result from there. So fasting after the day after Boxing Day, as I said, I eat up till 7 o'clock that night. Then from 7 o'clock that night till the next day, so pretty much 2 days after Boxing Day, I'm on a fast till 7 o'clock that night. If I feel good, I will then carry on to the next morning. If not, I'll have a little bit of something to eat. Again, I will go for something probably like Cocoa Pops or cream of rice, just something that's easily digestible, but it's going to fill me up for a little bit. So it's not putting the digestive system under too much hassle, but it's giving me a little bit of food to shut my body up and shut my mind up, going, no, I'm hungry. That's one way. Next way is just literally jumping back onto your calorie deficit, as you've been doing. If you're feeling that you wanted to, you're like, you're standing on the scales, like, oh shit, I've gained too much, you can then potentially cut them calories back, like with the strategy we used before. So where we cut 250 back, so the back end of the week, we're doing this in reverse. So you've already eaten the calories, so now we're going to try and gain some of them back by taking 300 calories a day back, and we're going to reduce them for a week, and then you'd have caught back up some of the calories. Inflammation will come back down. Note for yourselves that inflammation will take between 36 and 48 hours to come out of the system. Okay, so providing like you've got all your food and everything back on track, you're back to doing your activity, you're back up and moving, it's going to take you 36 to 48 hours to start to see that inflammation drop, and making sure that you're getting water and making sure you're back on track. Okay, so these are the things that we need to do over Christmas, and this is how we get you. This is how best to manage Christmas, so you don't feel like a total Grinch and you bar humbug and all that stuff to Christmas, because I can't diet and I can't eat and I can't do this. It's a time for being joyous and time to enjoy family time, enjoy the people around us, the loved ones. And then going into New Year, we're going into the New Year. Again, New Year's Day is one of them days where, well, New Year's Eve, I'm sure most of you will have pretty much a load of drinks. And then New Year's Day, a little bit of food again. So, again, it's just a similar sort of strategy. It's just making sure it's not as bad normally these days, but these days are potentially higher calorie days. So, it's just literally getting back into that groove. But whatever you do, do not say, I'll just start in the new year, because that's just postponing taking action. And the longer you postpone taking that action, the harder it is to get your arse back into gear to get the results. So by taking actions quickly, by the time New Year's coming around, you're getting back into that routine, you're starting to make progress, you've set some new habits in place, or getting the old habits back in place. If you're then waiting till New Year, you're now mid-January before you're even starting to touch the base of getting results. Is that the best place to start? Not at all. So just have a think about where you're going to start and how best to attack it. If you're unsure how you want to attack it, run it by me. Have a chat with me. Let's set some goals in place. Quite happily do that. Otherwise, have a great Christmas. Happy New Year to you. And I will definitely be in touch